Every planet has its own world, its own surface, its own history, but none of them are truly independent. At the center of the solar system, one object decides almost everything quietly, constantly, without interruption. The sun doesn't just shine, it dictates motion. It sets boundaries. It determines what survives and what doesn't. From the speed at which planets move, to the temperatures they experience, to whether they keep an atmosphere or lose it, to space, all of it traces back to a single source. Change the sun slightly, and Mars might never freeze. Earth might never host life. The outer planets might never exist at all. The sun doesn't rule by force or intention. It rules through gravity, energy, and time. And every planet, no matter how distant, is responding to it every second. To understand the fate of the solar system, you don't start with the planets. You start with the star that controls them all. At the most fundamental level, the solar system is a balance between motion and attraction. Every planet is constantly trying to move in a straight line through space. The sun's gravity prevents that from happening. The sun contains more than 99% of the solar system's mass. That mass bends space around it, creating a deep gravitational well. Planets don't simply circle the sun, they follow curved paths shaped by that distortion. This is why orbits exist at all. Too little gravity, and planets would drift away into interstellar space. Too much, and they would fall directly into the sunday. Instead, each planet settles into a precise balance between forward motion and inward pull. Distance matters. Inner planets move faster because they are deeper in the sun's gravitational influence. Outer planets move more slowly, held by a weaker but still decisive pull. This gravitational control also keeps the solar system organized. Orbits remain mostly stable over billions of years. Planets rarely collide. Their paths remain predictable. Even small changes in the sun's mass would alter this balance. Orbits would shift. Some planets could become unstable. Others could be ejected entirely. The sun's gravity doesn't just keep planets in place. It defines where planets can exist, how they move, and how long they remain bound to the solar system. Every revolution, every year, every cosmic rhythm begins with this invisible control, the quiet force that keeps the solar system together. Gravity sets the structure of the solar system, but energy defines its character. The sun constantly releases enormous amounts of energy in the form of light, heat, and charged particles. Every planet is shaped by how much of that energy it receives and how it responds to it. Distance is the first factor. Planets closer to the sun are exposed to intense heat and radiation. Mercury experiences extreme temperature swings. Venus, flooded with solar energy, developed a runaway greenhouse effect. Farther out, Mars received too little energy to maintain a thick atmosphere, allowing it to cool and dry. Energy also drives planetary climates. It determines whether water can exist as ice, liquid, or vapor. It shapes winds, storms, and atmospheric circulation. But the sun's influence goes beyond warmth. Solar radiation interacts with planetary atmospheres, slowly stripping them away if they lack protection. This is why magnetic fields matter. Earth's magnetic field deflects solar wind, helping preserve its atmosphere. Mars, with a weak field, lost much of its own. Over long periods, the sun's energy reshapes surfaces as well. It erodes, heats, and alters planetary chemistry. Even distant worlds feel its influence, though more subtly. Each planet becomes a unique environment, not because it formed differently, but because it exists at a specific distance from a single energy source. The sun does not create planets equally. It shapes them according to proximity, protection, and time. And that shaping determines whether a planet becomes hostile, frozen, or capable of sustaining life. The sun does not remain constant forever. Like all stars, it evolves. Over billions of years, the sun slowly changes in brightness, size, and energy output. Even small changes have consequences because every planet depends on a precise balance of solar influence. As the sun ages, it grows gradually brighter. Earth's climate will shift, oceans will evaporate. Conditions that once supported life will no longer exist. Long before the sun's final stages, the inner solar system will become unrecognizable. Farther out, frozen worlds may briefly warm, moons that are now icy could experience temporary changes, while others lose stability as gravitational balances shift. Eventually, the sun will expand into a red giant. Inner planets may be engulfed or stripped of their atmospheres. Outer planets will experience altered orbits as the sun loses mass and its gravitational hold weakens. This transformation will not be violent, but it'll be unavoidable. Nothing in the solar system is permanent. Every orbit, every climate, every planetary condition is tied to the sun's life cycle. The fate of each planet is written not in its own geology or atmosphere, but in the slow evolution of the star. It depends on. The sun began as the architect of the solar system. It remains its regulator. And one day, it will be the force that brings this entire planetary era to an end. To understand the future of every planet, you only need to watch the Sunday.